Well, now, hello, it's Dr. Shelley, and as you know, we have HETV, Health Education Television. And today's television show is about Uncle Leroy. Now, you might have figured it out. We have several playlists. We have Big Mama's playlist. We have now Uncle Leroy's playlist. We're going to get Boom Boom Shaquana, her playlist. We'll talk about that. We may be more interested in the vajayjay when we talk about her because she's having some precious moments. Y'all pray for Boom Boom Shaquana. But today we're looking at Uncle Leroy and some hot mess going on with him. Now, everybody has an Uncle Leroy. Don't act brand new. You know who he is. He lives in Detroit. He worked for 40 years at Ford or either General Motors. He has a wonderful life. He's retired. He likes to smoke and always has. He also drinks a little bit. You know, he's a henny man. Now, you know what Uncle Leroy said. He said, dark liquor get you drunk quicker. That's just Uncle Leroy. He's got his, shall we say, opinions on what's going on, and that's one of them, okay? So we know he's a henny man. Now, we call him Big Papi. If you're dating Uncle Leroy, if that's your man, he's Big Papi to you. And that's a beautiful thing, honey. Mine is 6'4". I love it. But Big Papi is really just Big Papi because of his belly. Oh yeah, he's probably even 5'9", and that's okay too. But he's got a belly, y'all. That's why he's really Big Papi. The kids ask when is his due date. Is he having twins? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay, now. Uncle Leroy may suffer from gout. Oh yeah, you may not know what gout is, but Uncle Leroy does. Uncle Leroy knows that depending on what he ate and how much of it he ate, his big toe, his foot, his heel, his knees, his ankles can hurt like the dickens. And they hurt so bad that he can't even get on his gaiters. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So he's really in a lot of pain, excruciating pain, when he has a gout attack. Another kind of thing that Uncle Leroy gets into trouble with, because typically Uncle Leroy could be a truck driver if he's not working for 40 years and retired. He could still be on the road driving that big, huge truck that so many of my favorite guys that I know drive. And that's not a bad thing either. There's great money. And you know what I say, it's always better to have your own business. Shout out to my truck drivers. Woo! But the problem with driving that truck all them hours in a day is that you're sitting down and your idea of hydration might be a beer, a six-pack, a little pop, a little sweet tea. All of which is very bad for you in terms of keeping you hydrated. You wouldn't have had so many problems if you would have mixed in a little water in there with all that other stuff. Just one Pepsi, then 2 waters. You feeling me yet? Because when you're sitting in a truck for as long as you've been sitting in that truck, and when you're barely really hydrating yourself, and instead you're drinking things that make you dehydrated, like a beer or tea or pop, because they put a lot of salt in Pepsi and Coke, just trying to keep it real. When you're doing that, you get kidney stones. Sure do, because you're not moving, and the way you get rid of kidney stones, is to flush them out with water and to walk them out with movement. And so when you're sitting there that amount of time, and I know what it is, the longer you sit and drive, the more money you make, and I get that. But you're killing yourself, and I see you. I got you in the hospital, just had one the last weekend. So I know what I'm talking about. Now, what else is Uncle Leroy doing? I can show you better than I can tell you. You decide in your infinite wisdom that you are going to throw a family reunion. I'm talking to the ladies now. In fact, I'm talking to the ladies who can cook. That's all 2 of you. And so I'm talking to the ladies who decide to have a family reunion at their house. You know that big 11-bedroom house you have, especially if you're a nurse, because you were saving your money, like I told you, with the 15 to 25% away in your 403B. And so there you are with this big old house, and you want to give back to everybody who gave you. Uncle Leroy got money. He gave you some money for your nursing school books. And so what did you do? You threw the big party. When you threw the big party, everybody got along. Big Mama got up, was line dancing. Everything went off without a hitch. Ain't nobody burned the chicken. The potato salad was banging. Everything was delicious. And actually, the cream of the crop and the the cherry on the top was that nobody got arrested. Yeah, them two cousins is always fighting. They didn't even fight, y'all. They might have got high, but they wasn't fighting. Y'all feel me? Because I'm just trying to keep it real with anybody's family reunion like mine. And so everything went off without a hitch. You made sure that people sobered up before they drove away, before they get a DUI and catch a case. And then you made sure that those who lived out of town could stay over. And so Uncle Leroy, I told you where he was from. I told you he's from Detroit. Well, you in Cleveland. So you're not going to let Uncle Leroy with his dark liquor drive home, are you? No, no, no. He old and he don't need to be on the road like that. His eyes ain't as good as they used to be, especially driving at night. So you go ahead and tell Uncle Leroy, listen here. I got somewhere upstairs I want you to go. It's beautiful. Here's your blankets and your pillows and your washcloths and your towels. Now you just go on and rest and enjoy yourself. And when we get up, I'm making breakfast for everybody in the morning. Now you going back downstairs. You got a couple daughters yourself. Your family really did help you out this time with the family reunion. And your daughters are so cold-blooded. Well, let me just say this. My daughters are so cold-blooded that I ain't even got to clean up after all this hot mess. The kitchen is spotless. My baby is finishing up putting up the dishes. The other baby is outside getting all the chairs in. My daughters are cold-blooded. Now, if your children lazy, I'm sorry. But mine, they do the damn thing. Shit, half the stuff that was eaten, they cooked. Now, but you know what I'm saying. I go downstairs, have a little chit-chat with my daughters, talk about how beautiful that was, ask the photographer if he got it all on tape, and I'm paying everybody, the DJ, whatever. So they going home, we cleaning up, we getting it together. Now I just take my behind and I go up these stairs because I'm tired. I done the daggone thing. It's already 3 in the morning because y'all try to keep a sister up late. I'm going to bed, and this is what I heard. I told you I can show you better than I can tell you. This is what I heard. Oh, Lord. What in the hell is that? That's Uncle Leroy snoring. Something that is so deadly. Because I don't know if you really paid attention. But when you just saw me demonstrate snoring, I had some breaks in between my breathing. Matter of fact, I wasn't breathing at all. I had the pleasure, or maybe call it displeasure, of looking at a sleep study one time. And during this sleep study, the patients were in there sleeping and they were doing their snoring. And when they did their snoring, you heard breaks up to 2 minutes of no breathing at all. They weren't getting any oxygen at all. This went on all night long, 100 to 200 episodes a night of no breathing when they're snoring, and they stop and you heard me kind of pause and you didn't hear nothing, and then after a while, that's crazy. You know what that does? That kills your brain cells. You know how it feels? I'm talking to the men. You know who I'm talking about. Men, this is how you feel when you get done snoring all night like that. Your mouth is dry, you have a headache, and you feel tired like you never slept. This is all going to kill you. It's cutting years off your life. It's called sleep apnea. You need a sleep study. Women, if you know an Uncle Leroy, if you're dating an Uncle Leroy, if you love an Uncle Leroy, if your daddy's an Uncle Leroy, your brother's an Uncle Leroy, get them to the doctor because they need a sleep study. This is deadly. Not only that, if it doesn't kill you, it's definitely killing brain cells. And those brain cells that die is called Alzheimer's. Now listen, I know what I'm talking about because I see it in the hospitals. If you think about this, all of these problems is crazy, but the one at the top, you knew I was coming back to. Let's look at that smoker, shall we? Let's just talk about the smoker. You see, the smoker, every time they light up one cigarette, it gives them 1 whole hour of what we call vasoconstriction. In other words, it cuts off blood flow and oxygen to their body in the form of their extremities. And I really want you to pay attention to this because it means their fingers and their hands are cold. It means their feet are so cold that they sleep in socks. Y'all know that man. It means that as they go through their years of smoking, especially if they smoke 10 a day or more, and by the way, it don't matter what kind of tobacco leaf we're talking about, either tobacco or that broccoli or whatever you got going on. Smoke is still smoke. Smoke is still going to vasoconstrict and cut off blood flow to your extremities. Not only that, it's going to make you more prone to blood clots. We're seeing more and more people come in the hospital with a blood clot in their leg, a blood clot in their arm, a blood clot in their pelvis. And when you smoke a cigarette, it activates platelets, and platelets are your blood clotting factors. So we got a lot of problems here with Uncle Leroy. So we got some problems that we could tackle and we can help with. Uncle Leroy, this for you. One of the problems that you have, whenever you have gout or kidney stones, I guarantee you, I put my name on it. I give you my word. If you got gout or kidney stones or ever had either one of those, you also have pre-diabetes or diabetes and you may not know it. Look in the mirror. Is the back of your neck really dark? Is your underarms really, really dark? Quit thinking you ain't washed up right. That is not that. That dark neck, ladies and men, the dark armpits, that's pre-diabetes or diabetes full blown. And so all of these little problems, the big belly, and remember the belly test, that requires that you stand up, look down, and if your belly's in the way, your life expectancy is going down as we speak. So what I want everybody to understand is that all of this prevention, all of these little lifestyle problems, they're in our hands to change. And so one of the first things I want my men to do, try reading those labels. If it says high fructose corn syrup, stay the hell away from it. It is the #1 cause of liver disease as well as diabetes. It is the worst thing you can use in terms of food and drink, okay? And I'll just tell you right now so you ain't got to read the label. All pop has high fructose corn syrup. Try your best to prepare your meals in advance. And I know I'm talking out the side of my neck because I know how busy I am and I know how rare it is that I can do that. So let me at least give you better fast food restaurants to frequent, because I know you probably like an equal opportunity employer. You like Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's and all that. But let me give you some better places to go. You do better when you visit Chick-fil-A. You do better when you go to Panera's. You do better when you go to Chipotle. Those three alone, if you just stuck with those three and maybe an occasional field trip to McDonald's, Burger King's, and Wendy's, you would make yourself a lot healthier. It ain't even about salads. It's just that those foods at those places are actually real food and you're going to do better with. And so I want you to try that for your girl. Cut your fast food equal opportunity employer. Cut it down to about 3 or 4 places and let me know how that worked for you. Get you a fruit basket instead of on the table. Put it in the truck. I would rather see you eat an apple, an orange, a banana, a pear, than I would like to see you grab a beer or do whatever you're doing. Let's get some fiber in your life, baby. Because a lot of men tell me they get constipated. That ain't nothing but you getting dehydrated and don't have no fiber. You've got to pick up the fluids, okay? Now stay with your girl, okay? I'm going somewhere. Get your behind to the doctor. Quit acting brand new like you're going to live until 300. You know your days is numbered. You might as well make them the best days of your life. So get your behind to the doctor quick. And if you tell me you ain't got no insurance, I do understand that. Let me tell you why I understand it. Because one of the highest group of uninsured people in America is actually white males, 35 to 55 years of age. Now, I would imagine that black males fit that same statistic. In fact, I would agree. I would imagine that all males have an issue with some insurances. So I want you to never stop going to Obamacare. What is that? Affordable health care or something it's called. It's always been Obamacare to me because that's why the hell I voted for the man. Because as a nurse, I'm the one that saw people without insurance, and that was horrific. And so when he said he was going to try to get more and more people insured, I was like, I'm in. See, a lot of folks think we voted for him because he was black. We knew what was up with that health insurance. That was a lifesaver. So get off your high horse, go on that computer, see if Obamacare actually could be something that you could take part in. Also, if you're getting close to 65, a lot of people don't know this. I tell my sweetheart this. When you getting 65, when you're going to be 65 that year, did you know you can apply for Medicare 3 months earlier? Because, see, it takes a while for Medicare to kick in. So your behind need to be early rather than late. Okay, I'm just trying to help you out with that insurance. Now, I need you to wean off of sweet tea, pop, and juice. Yeah, I'm talking to all you sweet tea players in the trucks. Your truck driver sweet tea players. That's what I want to call you. That's Uncle Leroy all day long. Sweet tea is a hot mess. It's going to dehydrate you and give you kidney stones. So stop it. Ask the doctor that you made the appointment with about a sleep study if you snore like I just mentioned. And consider if you really want to quit. Now, I'm not going to assume. Never assume. And nurses, it's a side note to you. Don't assume your patient want to quit what they're doing. They may not want to quit their dark liquor. They may not want to quit smoking. I tell you what I hear a lot of men and some women say, you gotta die of something. That's because they stupid behinds don't look at the hospital patients that I see every day. And dying of that something is a life of hell. So I don't think they know what they're talking about. But just in case they do, don't press the issue. Quit trying to be the cigarette police. You ain't the Hennessy po-po. Let them folks do what they want to do. But if they are interested in stopping smoking, nicotine patch, nicotine gum, try something, do something, cut back, stop buying them. If you bought them every week, or every couple days, go to 4 days. If you bought them every week, try to buy 1 pack over 2 weeks. Honestly. And if you are 50 and older, and if you're a veteran, look into the VA. You may qualify for almost no payments out of pocket if you go to the VA. And if you're a man of 50 and you've been smoking for years, why don't you look into getting a screening for lung cancer? I don't want to lose you. I got too many I love. I don't want to lose none of y'all. So let's just get Uncle Leroy a little bit healthier because he's on some hot mess. Deuces, hope that helped.